All right, because we're gonna switch colors, I always start from this part so that I know that I'm starting not like in the middle of one of my three clusters, but actually in a corner. So we're gonna start right in between here, but we're gonna switch to blue because we wanted to match. Another thing I will point out here, you don't want to start from like different sides. Always start from the same so that all your like strings and stuff are going to be on the same side. So when you start cutting, you know which side you want to show, if that makes sense. So we're going to do our little X again, put our yarn on our hook. This time we're going with blue. And then I am going to put this yarn through that hole underneath. And I'm going to, wait a minute. And then I'm going to pull it through. So now I have two yarns on my hook. I'm going to pull it through. Now that's a little too loose for me. So I'm going to tighten this by pulling on these yarn pieces. Okay, that's a better thing. So as you can see, all my strings are on the same side. And now I'm going to yarn up 3, so that's 2, 3. The first one counts as 1. And now in that same hole, we're going to do 2 more. Because we're doing the double crochet again, clusters of 3, but this time we're actually going to do 6. So in the same hole I'm talking about. So that's 3. And then I'm going to do chain 1. Some people do 2 chains, but I'm doing chain 1 because that's what I learned from watching 1,000 videos. And then in that same little circle, I'm going to do 2 more. So that's 1, that's 2. And this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to skip this is number 3. So now I'm going to come through this one. Now that yarn would, that's too big. I don't want that big of a loop, so I'm just using this finger to make that tight again. I am yarning over once and going through this next hole and doing the same thing here. Extra chain because I got 3, and then in that same one do 3 more. Now if you've been trusting the process, you're noticing that this is starting to look more like a square and less like a circle. You should also start noticing that we're now starting to form these little crosses in between. 2, and this one is the 3. If anything that I'm going over needs to be explained in a different way, comment and let me know. If you like random content, subscribe to the channel. This is just what I'm focused on right now, but who knows? Next month it could be something else. 2. Now, because my yarn is getting kind of tight, I'm also noticing that these are 2, so I'm just going to adjust and keep going. We need one more. I'm just counting, so that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of the colors you could see it a lot better than some of the other ones, but yeah. And look, we're starting to do a square. I want to see yours too. I am on social media, so you can find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram. Like, I really don't post over there. I don't think you can upload pictures on YouTube in the comment section, but I don't know. Tag me somewhere because I want to see what you're doing. 1, 2. My yarn is getting tighter again, so I'm just loosening that up in the most chaotic way that I know how. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we need one more. I'm tightening that up again because I do not want, whoops, it to be like multiple different sizes and stuff. And it's okay if it is. Like this one here is way looser, but that's fine. And then I'm going to put this whole little, I didn't yarn over if you notice. I just put my hook through, and then I'm going to pull that hook. Now I have 2, and then I'm going to go through 1. And now we're starting to have our little 4 situations here. And then what are we gonna do? Cut the string. Leave myself a little bit of a tail to hold on to. And then I'm going to yarn, pull through, tighten the knot. And that is how we have our square. It looks a little rough, but that is okay. It's gonna be fine. And then these are the little strings. So I'm gonna end up cutting these, and then I'm just gonna keep going. The next color is yellow. So this row is gonna be a little bit more different. So now that we have our corners kind of forming, we're gonna put 3 in here in the spaces, but then in between the 6, we're gonna put 6 so that it keeps forming this same little concept all the way around. So we're gonna go on to yellow.